Let's talk famous people. You hate the word famous people, don't you? Every time I bring the word famous up, you're like, they're not famous, they're just people.
Yes, they use 2-ply toilet paper. because the thing is, why I say that is people that who, in inverted commas, are not famous, or the fans see them, these famous, inverted commas, people as separate to them, as people that they look up to or put on a pedestal or need to be different around. And it shouldn't be that.
Well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Barret Edelstein joins me now. So straight into it then. He is a particularly well-known South African musician, the person we're talking about today.
Exactly.
Give us some context.
So his name is Jethro Tait. He's released a number of songs over a period of time. He's also done musical theatre. He recently was Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly show in South Africa. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. So that was last year sometime. So he's a very introverted, shy person. And often when artists are writing songs or collaborating, sometimes they have to collaborate with people they've never met with and move into their space with them and like, okay, now let's create. And being creative is a vulnerability.
It's a hugely vulnerable space.
Yeah. So allowing yourself to be in that space, be open, and then not worrying what other people think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lesson, I suppose, that applies to everybody. No matter what facet of life you're in, you're going to be vulnerable in front of somebody at some point. And as we get older, we put walls up and make sure that we don't get into those places. But that doesn't necessarily serve you because being vulnerable sometimes can lead to wonderful opportunities. And I suppose Jethro really will tell us about that. So this is him. Well, you tell us. Tell us what he said, what he had to say.
So again, about just not worrying about what other people think, being vulnerable, and just putting yourself out there to allow that to happen.
So yeah, if I do go into those situations, I do sort of prepare some things where it can just be a starting point, like I said. Then if they don't like it, then, I mean, they can just say. But when you're in that moment of having to just kind of throw things out very quickly, it can be a bit daunting. And you do get in your head a bit about, is the person going to like think this is really bad? Maybe I think that it's not.
Nice sentiment. Jethro Tait, talking about being vulnerable. You know, in the entertainment industry, we're both in the entertainment industry in one way or another. And you know, when you have to push the on button, you have to go into actor mode because you're really being vulnerable, no matter which way you look at it. And I think musicians even more so, actors, actresses in that realm, hugely so. Right?
I agree. And for me, you know, I get invited to a lot of events and I'm the same. I don't put on button. If I'm feeling, I'm loud, but I'm an introvert. And a lot of people don't perceive me being as an introvert because I speak loudly and I've got lots of energy. But if I'm in introvert mode, I'm very quiet at these events because I often go by myself and I'll just be there, do my thing, and I don't talk to anyone. Other times I'm like, I talk. And being vulnerable, this is a perfect example of that. Because I met Ian formally, not over email, at the 100% Retro event we had a while ago. And I was like, I've got this idea for collaboration. Should I speak about it? Should I not?
Yeah.
Which led to this collaboration and partnership that we're doing now. So it allowed me to create something.
Yeah, 100%. So you essentially, by being vulnerable, this is what Jethro was talking about, by being vulnerable, you open up doors because people are like, oh, that's a cool idea. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But you've got to make that leap of faith, right?
Exactly. And for me, sometimes it's a massive leap. Thinking, well, what would they think?
Okay, so Jethro and Barret's conversation, the full podcast is up at nova.com.na if you want to go and have a listen to it. He's an interesting character. I didn't know about the Buddy Holly connection. That's a cool one. Find more on nova.com.na under the blog section. I value and appreciate you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get you to the socials if you want to. Give us your username so that people can go and follow you.
Sure. I'm everywhere except X or Twitter, whatever it's called currently. And that's at Celeb, Celeb, Savant, Savant.